They claimed my tennis court was community property, but they never imagined I'd walk into their HOA meeting with federal auditor credentials and 5 years of their shady financial records. How will Margaret explain the $155,000 landscaping fees paid to her cousin's company while she orchestrated tournaments on my private court? It all started in the quiet enclave of Pinewood Estates. I was sipping coffee in my kitchen, gazing out at my backyard, when I saw 6 strangers strolling toward my tennis court with rackets and coolers, acting like they owned it. I rushed outside in my robe, heart pounding. "Excuse me, this is private property," I shouted. A polished woman with a sharp bob turned, her smile cold. "You must be the new homeowner. I'm Margaret Hensley, HOA president. Tuesday tennis is in the guidelines." Her tone dripped with condescension. My face burned. "I've read those guidelines. My tennis court isn't community property." Margaret's eyes narrowed. "Perhaps you missed the addendum. The prior owner agreed to shared access. Take it up at the next meeting, first Thursdays, 7 p.m. She waved me off as her group marched onto my $35,000 court, the centerpiece of why I bought this house. The sound of tennis balls echoed like slaps to my pride. I spent 3 days scouring my purchase documents, no mention of shared access. My realtor was baffled. No easements were disclosed. The next Tuesday, more players showed up. On Wednesday, a youth class run by Margaret's husband, Tom, appeared. Thursday, I found a full-blown tournament on my patio, complete with a snack table. A nervous neighbor whispered, "Margaret's obsessed with this court. She had one at her old house but lost it when they downsized." That night, I stormed the HOA meeting with my deed and property maps. In Margaret's lavish living room, her tennis trophies gleamed. When I challenged the addendum, she smirked. "It's in the records." I demanded to see it. Silence. The treasurer, a jittery man named Carl, mumbled about an oversight. I pressed. "There's no easement filed with the county. This is my private court, and trespassing stops now." Margaret's smile vanished. "The previous owner allowed access for community spirit." "Did they?" I bluffed. "I spoke to them yesterday. They were shocked." Her flinch told me I'd hit a nerve. This wasn't a mistake, it was a power grab. A neighbor, Greg, warned me later. "Be careful. The last guy who challenged Margaret got violation notices until he sold." Sure enough, a certified letter arrived, listing absurd violations, non-compliant court lines, and overheight equipment. Then I caught Margaret measuring my fence, smirking. "Fines start Monday, $100 daily." I laughed, catching her off guard. "Funny, the board only meets first Thursday. No emergency meeting notice was sent." Her confidence cracked. Then a county official showed up, citing unpermitted modifications. Lucky for me, I'm a compliance auditor for the county planning department. My colleague, Miguel, inspected my court and found it flawless but flagged discrepancies in Margaret's property records. Digging deeper, I learned she'd overstayed her HOA presidency beyond the 4-year limit, amending bylaws with her hand-picked board. A former treasurer, Walter, visited me, trembling. "Margaret's done this before, targeting homes with pools, gardens, anything nice, claiming them for the HOA." He revealed a storage unit where real records were hidden. I staked it out, spotting Carl delivering boxes to Margaret's house. Aerial photos confirmed my court was built years after Margaret's reign began. No community provision existed. When a construction crew arrived to upgrade my court, I called the police. Officer Daniels shut it down as trespassing. Margaret roared up, furious, claiming the board had voted to lien my property. Daniels countered. "Property damage is my jurisdiction." She stormed off. A secret meeting with 7 residents, led by Walter, exposed more $200,000 in HOA contracts to Margaret's cousin's landscaping firm, $35,000 yearly for court maintenance on my private property. We planned a counterattack. That night, my car's windshield was smashed, a tennis ball from Margaret's personal collection left with a note. Accidents happen. A whistleblower, Ethan, slipped me a USB drive. It held a chilling community acquisition plan, targeting my court and house for a clubhouse, with emails from Margaret plotting before I even moved in. New owners naive, she wrote. Call it the community court. Perception is reality. Construction trucks rolled in at dawn. Margaret, in a hard hat, directed workers to tear down my fence. I blocked them, shouting, "No permits!" Her lawyer, Victor, cited 17 violations and a new bylaw. Neighbors watched, some uneasily. I pulled out my ace. As of yesterday, I'm the federal auditor for this HOA's finances. Your $347,000 in shady transfers is my first case. Margaret paled. The crowd froze. Construction's postponed, I declared. My boss called. Margaret's allies wanted me off the audit, citing conflict. Instead, he assigned Agent Laura Pierce, Financial Crimes, to back me. Laura and I uncovered a laundering scheme through Margaret's special projects. Neighbors, like Sarah, shared stories of bullied sales. At an emergency HOA meeting, Margaret accused me of a vendetta. I revealed maps showing targeted properties. Laura exposed the $347,000, including $58,000 for maintenance, on private ponds. A news crew burst in, tipped off anonymously. Residents erupted, sharing years of intimidation. Margaret's husband tried deleting the HOA files, but Laura caught him. The room turned. A no-confidence vote ousted the board. Margaret resigned, her real estate firm now under scrutiny for inflating sales with stolen amenities. 3 months later, Pinewood transformed. A new board, led by Ethan, enforced transparency. I opened my court to fair community use, hosting a tournament with a ribbon cutting by Councilwoman Rivera. For bullied families got settlements. The investigation climbed to the county, but for now, laughter and tennis balls filled my backyard. Margaret's lawyer still lurks, snapping photos. This isn't over. What do you think? Was Margaret's scheme pure greed, or did she believe she was building a better community? Share your thoughts below, especially on how far community spirit can go before it becomes theft. Like and subscribe for more stories of justice.